I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, dude, they should sell for like at least $1 million. Man, you want to know what the problem is? There's like a very obvious problem. I just think shit is sweet, man. You know, you've been doing it for 5 years, you know, referrals are building up, it's cool, whatever. Oh man, I've seen so many people eat shit for so long because they do not give a shit about the systems. I walked away from $1 million deal. And the way that it worked out, I can't get too much into the specifics, but I'm gonna make sure you guys leave with an insane freaking download on what not to do and what to do by the end of the video. My name is Mikael. I'm the co-founder of Contractors. We started out as a marketing agency, probably cold called you a couple of times. But we found out that it's not just lead gen that goddamn grows a business, right? It's marketing, sales, and operations. Funny enough, when you actually put in marketing, sales, and operations and systemize it, your company is actually worth a lot of fucking money. My job is to put it in front of an investor, and if you like the number the investor gets you, everybody's happy. You cash out, you make more money, and you have more time. But anyways, getting into the story, this is crazy. So my boy came to me. He wasn't a client, but he knew of us. He's been seeing my Instagram and stuff like that. By the way, make sure you follow. I'm always posting free value there. So he's been seeing like we're good at what we do. And so he reached out and like, you know what, bro? Like I wanna sell my company. And he was actually working with a broker. But one of the questions I asked him to ask his broker to make sure that he knew what the hell he was talking about is like, does he know what SOPs are? And like, what did he say about your company's SOPs? Because you don't got none, bro. And he basically told me, he didn't mention anything about that. So I made him call him right away. His fucking broker who was selling the company for him had no idea what an SOP was. I don't even know his credibility, bro. But that goes to show, like, when you want to sell your company, there's not like a huge amount of like sharks who could actually go out there and do it for you, like at a high ass level. You know what I'm saying? The dude reached out to me. He's like, I want to sell my company. Sure, we meet up at a place, and I basically start getting into the nitty gritty of his company. He tells me that his biggest offer was $900K. Now, looking at his revenue, he was doing roughly around $200K a month in revenue and growing. I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, dude, they should sell for like at least $4 million, like 3.5 if we're in a rush. And here's the reason why it didn't work. But really pay attention, because this could be you. He didn't have any systems in place and he had high keyman risk. Now, what is keyman risk? To give you an example, if this business owner went on a vacation or left for 30 days, hit by a truck, got COVID, whatever it is, the company would collapse. That's because of all the different hats he was wearing. And even if he was just wearing a couple hats, but this was like essential to run the company, high keyman risk. What kind of business owner, what kind of person who buys businesses wants to buy a business with goddamn so much key risk? That's like you starting to date or marry a woman with 6 kids already. Like, who the hell wants that? That's actually a perfect analogy. Wow. Like, actually think about that, right? Like, think about it from a buyer's perspective. And even for you, man, like, you should have more time for yourself and have these systems in place, right? So I told him, yeah, man, so like, it's either I'm not going to sell your company at all, or you're going to have to invest in these systems, which cost roughly like 20 to 30K, and your company will literally 2 or 3x, because it was valuated at roughly $1 million, 900K to $1 million. We could have sold it for like 3.3, right? And all we had to do was $20,000 into systems, right? So like actually having a legit CRM, because everything was on paper, just like really putting the systems in place. It wasn't that complicated, right? He was like, nah. So I was like, look, bro, if you cannot put systems in your company, I can't take like a stack of shit and just like present it to my network. That's gonna ruin my reputation. That's not what I stand for. So ultimately, bro, like I put the ball in his court and he didn't want to sell it. Or he didn't want to put the systems in place. He still wants to sell it, but he's probably gonna have to go with that 900K offer. And look what it's costed him, man. 2 main lessons in this video today. Number 1, make sure you have your systems in place. And if you need help with that, I'll put a link to a call, and you just book yourself in, and I'll see if I could even help. That's the first thing, right? The second thing was this mindset, the same limiting belief that caused them to be in the situation, caused them to not invest in themselves and never actually get to those next levels, right? Because one thing is for sure, if you're not willing to invest in yourself and your company, then how the hell do you expect clients to do the same when you drop a crazy ass price drop, right? Because everybody wants to appear as like a big brand or a big luxury brand, but when it's time for you to pay the invoice, now we're second guessing, man, right? So these are the two things that as a business owner we should really cultivate. So learn how to invest into yourself. Investing in yourself is not something you did, it's something you do consistently. Even me, I'm like over 100K in investments just in myself, not even talking about the company, right? And then make sure that you are putting in systems inside of your company. And again, if you need help with that, link in the description, find a slot, book in a call, and I'll see if we could even help. You'll either speak with me or my brother directly. But other than that, guys, peace.